WrestleMania 38, Night 1 and Night 2 is officially over. There were a couple of botches, some injuries, and a lot of news coming out of it. This is Wrestle Around, keeping you up to date with today's top 5 wrestling news and rumors. So hit those notifications to never miss the coverage, and let's get right into it. Before getting into the latest news, let's talk the quick results for Night 2 of WrestleMania 38. The show started off with Triple H formally retiring, leaving his boot in the middle of the ring. The Raw Tag Team Champions RK Bro retained their titles. Bobby Lashley defeated Omos. Johnny Knoxville with the rest of the Jackass crew defeated Sami Zayn in a hilarious matchup. Sasha Banks and Naomi became the brand new WWE Tag Team Women's Champions. Edge defeated AJ Styles after a distraction by Damian Priest. Sheamus and Rich Holland defeated the New Day in what was the shortest match of both nights of WrestleMania. Pat McAfee defeated Austin Theory, but then he went on to lose against Mr. McMahon. Yes, Mr. McMahon had a match. I can't believe I'm even saying that. After Vince McMahon won, of course, here comes Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Stone Cold ended up stunning all of them. Pat McAfee, Austin Theory, and Vince McMahon, who took the worst stunner ever. After 30 years, he doesn't know how to sell a stunner. And for the main event, we had the Universal Champion Roman Reigns defeating WWE Champion Brock Lesnar, so Roman is now the undisputed WWE Universal Champion. And let's talk about the latest in regards to that. There's a lot of reports right now indicating that Roman Reigns likely suffered an injury in the final minutes of the match with Brock Lesnar, which ultimately led to the match ending a bit early and just being that, a signature and a finisher type of match where Brock Lesnar and Roman didn't really do anything else. Towards the end of the match, we had Roman Reigns telling Paul Heyman that something is out. It feels like he was talking about the shoulder popping out of the socket, but based on the images, it seems like it was more of a torn around his tricep area, which again might explain why the match fell a bit flat and had to end early. After Roman Reigns won both titles, he did struggle to hold one of the belts, but he did manage to get the bad arm up at the end, and then ended up handing one of the title over to Paul Heyman. So either Roman is working all of us and he's doing a really good job right now, or he did suffer a bit of an injury. As of right now, most reports are indicating that it was a legit injury, but there's no specifics on how serious it is just yet. As for what's next for the tribal chief in regards to his next opponent, it remains to be the same guy that we have been reporting about over the last couple of months, and that is Drew McIntyre. Based on the cards for post WrestleMania live events and all the backstage news that we've been hearing, Drew McIntyre is the one next in line to face off against Roman Reigns for the next couple of months. Will he be the one to defeat Roman Reigns though is the big question. It's also worth mentioning that for what it's worth, the plan is still for WWE to have a main title for Raw and another one for SmackDown. So Roman Reigns holding both titles right now is very interesting, as WWE is gonna have to figure it out how to get one title off of him, unless they just retire one and decide to introduce another one. If you're wondering why Damian Priest ended up helping Edge at WrestleMania in his big match against AJ Styles, well, the reason for that is because Edge is building a brand new faction. As reported by Fightful, Edge is starting a new heel stable on the Monday Night Raw brand. The idea is to add more to Edge heel presentation, and a few names have been discussed for the stable. Damian Priest is obviously one that is already confirmed. There's said to be one more superstar, but we don't know who that is just yet. Personally, I would love for it to be somebody like Tommaso Ciampa, who's clearly is getting moved up to the main roster, so I don't want him to get lost in the shuffle. Putting him with Edge is gonna be a big spotlight for him and a great start on Monday Night Raw. But again, we don't know who it is. Let me know down in the comments below your thoughts on it. And last but not least, we are talking about the massive botch that was Vince McMahon last night. After 25 plus years, Vince still not able to sell a stunner the right way. After wrestling Pat McAfee in a decent match, I guess, Vince didn't really take any crazy bumps. Out came Stone Cold Steve Austin to do his thing, which led to Vince McMahon botching the stunner for the 1 millionth time. And there's some backstage news on the reaction to the botch. So Vince McMahon went to one knee and then he got up and stumbled against the ropes before finally taking the move. According to Wrestle News WWE, the backstage was said to be all smiles and laughing and didn't seem bothered by the botch. They were instead having a good time. The wrestlers and staff who were watching on the monitors got a kick out of seeing Mr. McMahon taking the bump again, but it is worth mentioning that Vince McMahon was said to be in a great mood all weekend, so hopefully nobody gets in trouble for laughing at the boss. I wonder if Vince McMahon is gonna get some backstage heat from Vince McMahon for making this massive botch. Probably not. Anyways guys, that is what I got for you. That is all the latest wrestling news coming out of WrestleMania this year. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Which night of WrestleMania did you enjoy the most? Night 1 or night 2? Stay savage and I'll catch you on the next one.